The update to Gmail, available in a browser. If you click the gear icon at the top right and select Try the new Gmail, adds such thoughtful features as nudges that remind you not to flake out on frequent correspondence and the ability to snooze an email, so it will pop back to the top of your inbox after a set period of time. Unfortunately, the redesign is missing fixes to some long-standing issues with Google's widely used mail service. Much coverage of the new Gmail has focused on its new confidential mode, a feature that lets you send a restricted access message. You can set it to erase automatically after a set period, you can lock it with a one-time passcode, and you can prohibit the recipient from forwarding, downloading, printing or copying its text. If you don't use Gmail and get a confidential mode message, you'll have to read it on the web. Or so Google tells me. The feature isn't active in my account yet. But confidential mode doesn't secure a message against eavesdropping at each end of the conversation, even when stored in your sent mailbox. 4 years ago, Google was working with NewsPulse, NewsPulse Finance's parent firm, on a project to provide that level of security by allowing users to enable end-to-end encryption. This project has not shown signs of life in years, but in the meantime, other developers have been able to deliver that level of security. Instead, you'll have to paste in the actual web address, as if in a plain text mail client, not "click here," but "click here." Not all electronic correspondence is for the ages, or even for the weeks. Microsoft, MSFT, recognized this years ago when it added a helpful sweep function that lets you designate particular messages for scheduled deletion. It's a wonderful tool for dealing with the deluge of messages devoid of relevance past the next week or so, daily deal pitches from the likes of Groupon, GRPN, marketing newsletters, reminders to attend upcoming events, and almost anything with webinar in the subject line. But while the new Gmail grasps the idea of a message being worth your attention at some set time in the future, it still has no idea that some messages can have an expiration date. How is a bug this lame still unfixed in 2018? Maybe the product manager involved was using a beta version of the new Gmail and snoozed the message imposing a deadline until sometime in 2020. More from Rob. Email rob@, follow him on Twitter at @RobGuerrero.